he is departing for United States. He says he is traveling to the U.S. at the invitation of President Biden and First Lady Dr. Jill Biden. This special invitation is a reflection of the vigor and vitality of the partnership between our democracies. You can see those visuals as he emplanes for New York. He's meeting the officials, and he is he has departed, what we know so far. He has left for the airport. He is on his aircraft now. And he has, of course, highlighted how this is a special invitation that is a reflection of the vigor and vitality of the partnership between our democracies, the democracies of India and United States of America. And the countdown, viewers, has begun. And India, he has also said, in fact, later on, if I read out his statement, he highlights that he will travel to Washington, D.C. after New York. And President Joe Biden will be, of course, he will be joining President Biden and First Lady for the state banquet along with a number of dignitaries. And this will, of course, be an opportunity to consolidate bilateral cooperations. He will be holding discussions with President Biden also and other senior U.S. leaders as well. And the U.S. Congress, he talks about the U.S. Congress, says that Congress has always provided strong bipartisan support to India-U.S. ties. During my visit, I will address a joint session of the U.S. Congress at invitation of congressional leadership. In fact, our senior executive editor, Abhishek Kapoor, is joining us on the phone line for more. Good morning, Abhishek. The Prime Minister has released his departure statement ahead of this mega visit, and he has spoken about how this invitation for a state visit shows that the vitality is a reflection of the vigor and vitality of the partnership between the two countries. Abhishek.
Well, absolutely. Good morning, Rakshita. And you're getting pictures of Prime Minister leaving on this very important journey, a bilateral visit to the United States, a big one. The manner in which all the engagements have really stacked up shows the kind of vibrancy which Prime Minister is talking about is there, bipartisan support to really make it big and make India count as the best of and the most important of U.S. allies. Remember the new ambassador of United States to India, Eric Garcetti, has been saying from many platforms that when he was given this task, when President Biden called him that he would be sent to New Delhi as the next U.S. ambassador, President Joe Biden said, Eric, this is my most important relationship and you have to do a good job, which gives you an idea of the kind of intent and objectives that are there in Washington, D.C. about how to engage with New Delhi. So that's just one aspect. So if you look at the engagements, Prime Minister first landing in New York, participating in the International Yoga Day, and before that, as he lands after 14-15 hours of flight, he spends the entire afternoon meeting with some top levels of business community in New York, the American business community in New York, and firms up some business side engagements, which includes investment in India and Indian companies and Indian market. And then the big one, of course, is the Washington, D.C. leg, where it's a state visit for the first time for Prime Minister and for the first time for an Indian Prime Minister after a long, long gap. And Prime Minister becomes, and then there would be a ceremonial welcome complete with gun salutes on the White House lawns. And then he goes for a delegation level talk with President Biden, this is on 22nd. But then on 21st itself, when he finishes the New York leg, he goes to Washington D.C. There is time is spent in the afternoon and evening where the Prime Minister accompanies First Lady Jill Biden to a skilling event where they're going to see how skilling is being done in various U.S. communities and what a give and take can happen between India and the United States. And then there is a private dinner, which the Bidens host for Prime Minister Modi in the White House itself. This is a private dinner vis-a-vis the state dinner, which is the next day. And let's go to the next day then, It begins with the ceremonial about which I was talking about, complete with gun salutes and whatnot, the whole pomp and pageantry that goes with it, like we do in the case of Rashtrapati Bhavan. Then the delegation level talks, joint statement, and then the joint session to the U.S. Congress, Prime Minister, of course. So then a lot of engagement about which we'll be talking over the next 4 or 5 days. But a big visit is happening, and the Prime Minister has embarked on the journey in the pictures that we are just seeing.
Right. All right. Thank you so much, Abhishek, for joining us with all those details and inputs on that story. Viewers, this is the latest. Prime Minister Modi has departed for his United States visit. This is a 3-day U.S. visit, and Prime Minister Modi's itinerary on your screens right now. And as Abhishek was giving us the details of the same, we at Republic TV will be getting you all the latest from Ground Zero, from Washington, D.C.